Hello everyone, you're very welcome along this evening to Shine on Palestine, the alternative Eurovision. My name is Zoe Lawler, I'm the chairperson of the Ireland-Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and I'm very honoured to be invited here this evening. And well done, and thank you to Honor Heffernan, Veronica Dias, Dr. Panty Bliss, Apartheid-Free Arts, Irish Artists for Palestine, PalFest Ireland and IPSC for pulling this amazing evening together. This is not just an event, not just an alternative to Eurovision, and it is that, but it is also an act of cultural resistance against genocide. And it will sit in the archive of solidarity of those of us who stood with the Palestinian people under genocidal attack by Israel for 7 months. And it will also sit in the archive of solidarity of those of us who stand with the Palestinian people in the face of 76 years now of Israel's ethnic cleansing, mass murder, incarceration, apartheid, siege, land theft, and racist settler colonialism. We are here this evening to reject Israel's genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza and to stand with our Palestinian sisters and brothers, especially those in Rafah, who are in extreme danger right now. As the bombs rain down on Gaza, as the population of Gaza is starved, as Israel commits genocide and practices the crime of apartheid, as we watch in horror and grief the live-streamed genocide of the Palestinian people, we cannot countenance any Irish representation in this competition that allows Israel a platform to culture wash and art wash and pink wash its endless war crimes. We cannot accept that as we see thousands of images of broken and burned little children in Gaza with their parents weeping over their bodies, that Israel's representatives get to sing and dance in a global song contest. It is obscene. We called on the European Broadcasting Union to expel Israel as it did with Russia. We called on RTE not to participate. And we called on Bambi Thug to heed the call from the Palestinian people not to take part in the Eurovision. And none of them listened. We are told Eurovision is not political, even as they ban Palestinian flags and any representation of Palestinian culture. We are constantly told that art and politics shouldn't mix, as if art cannot be and isn't political, and as if we can compartmentalize our lives. As if we don't know that Israel instrumentalizes culture to art wash its crimes against the Palestinian people. As if the Israeli entry wasn't positioned as an opportunity by their broadcaster and by their entrant. And as if Israeli President Itzhak Herzog didn't say it's important for Israel to appear in Eurovision. And artists do not get to go there and say they're in solidarity with Palestine and they support the boycott, all while crossing the Palestinian picket line. You either listen to Palestinians or you don't. And it was heartening to see last night thousands of people on the streets of Malmo protesting against the contest. And we need that movement because as Israel qualified for the Eurovision final, people were being killed in Gaza. And for those Palestinian children, those women, those men, Israel should not be allowed to participate in Eurovision. And that is why we boycotted, and that is why we're here tonight. And there is an alternative, and you are at it. Well done to Panty Bar and all the venues not screening the Eurovision. Well done to everyone holding an alternative event, to everyone who worked on this campaign, who organised petitions, letters, protests, articles, all the work to boycott Eurovision 2024. And it went ahead and Ireland went, but the cultural boycott and Israeli apartheid have been in the mainstream discourse for months, and that is winning. We don't just boycott Eurovision, but all Israeli apartheid, all complicit cultural institutions, all Israeli goods. More than 2,100 Irish artists have signed the IPSC Irish Artists Pledge to boycott Israel. So if there are any artists here who haven't signed, please do. Today I asked the Dunstore strikers to give a statement on why we should boycott Eurovision, the women who boycotted South African apartheid. And they sent me one, and it ended. Boycotting the Eurovision sends a strong message to Israel and to the organisers of the event. But more importantly, it also sends a message of support and solidarity with the hundreds and thousands of Palestinians under siege and experiencing genocide right now. 40 years ago, we stood on the right side of history. Now is your chance to do the same. The larger the boycott, the sooner the victory. The majority of people in Ireland reject this apartheid, have marched in their hundreds and thousands, support the boycott, so we reflect this, and this evening reflects that. This is not just an alternative to Eurovision, it is shining the light on a different world, one free of apartheid, of war, injustice and fear. This is showing the way, like the students, like the mass uprisings all over the world. It is an alternative to genocide, and this is a struggle for all of us. Palestinian liberation is all of our liberation, from police states and repression and violence, fascism and hate. So keep dancing, keep singing, keep marching, keep shining. The wall will fall. Omar Barghouti, co-founder of the Palestinian BDS movement, said the other day that this is Israel's South Africa moment, and we are part of that. All our love and solidarity to our Palestinian sisters and brothers from the Ballymun Axis. We are with them. Keep fighting for freedom, justice and equality for the Palestinian people. Free Palestine.
Hi. Hi. Thank you. You're very warm. I'm Panty Bliss, and I am going to be your achingly beautiful, though unreliable and possibly drunk guide through tonight's proceedings. And as some of you in the front row anyway may have begun to work out, I'm gay. And as you probably know, the gays love nothing more than a bit of Eurovision, so clearly I feel very strongly to be here tonight. We have a very packed and full lineup for you tonight, incredibly diverse lineup through all of the generations and through every genre you can possibly think of, including some that you haven't even thought of. And so we've got quite a packed schedule to get through, and I want you to be able to get home to your loved ones at some point tonight. So we're not going to be dilly-dallying, we're going to keep it running pretty, snappily along. And to start proceedings, pretty appropriate actually, because we are here in Axis Ballymun, and our first performance tonight, well, they're going to come from just down the road in the Ballymun Comprehensive School, where it is home to a choir, an intergenerational choir, would you believe, called the Lighthouse. So please welcome the Lighthouse under the stern direction of Mrs. Lynch.
I don't like walking around this old and empty house, so hold my hand, I'll walk with you, my dear. The stairs creak as you see is keeping me awake. It's the house telling you to close your eyes. And some days I can't even dress myself. It's killing me to see this way. 'Cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. There's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. Well, tell her that I miss our little talks. Soon it will be over and buried with our past. We used to laugh like when we were young and full of life and full of some days. I don't know if I am wrong or right. Your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear. 'Cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey, the screams all sound the same. Hey, and though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. You're gone, gone, gone away. I watched you disappear, and all that's left is a ghost of you. Now we're torn, torn, torn apart. There's nothing we can do. Just let me go and meet again soon. Now wait, wait, wait for me. Please hang around. I'll see you when I fall asleep. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey, the screams all sound the same. Hey, though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey, the screams all sound the same. Hey, though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. And though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore.
Ladies, all ladies, I noticed. Hi. Our next performer, I'm guessing just by having met him backstage, I think he might be our youngest performer here tonight. And if he's not, I'm going to be calling someone's parents and complaining. He's also a Ballymun voice. He grew up listening to and loving the music of Kurt Cobain. And he first learned to play instruments here at the Reco in Ballymun. And tonight he's going to be paying tribute to his early influences by singing Nirvana's Teen Spirit. And I'm not even sure if he's a teen himself. Are you a teen yourself? Are you a teen yet? Are you a teenager yet? No, he's not even a teen yet. So please be very warm and welcoming to Jaden Trell. Well done.
Load up our guns, bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend. She's overboard, self-assured. Hello, I know, in dirty world. Hello, 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 hello. With the lights out, it's just dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us, awful stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. I'm a lotto, I'm a albino, I'm a mosquito, I'm a beetle. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I'm worse at what I do best, and for this gift I feel blessed. Our little tribe has always been and always will until the end. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. With the lights out, it's just dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us, something stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. I'm a lotto, and albino, I'm a mosquito, I'm a beetle. Yeah. Hey. Hey. And I forget just what I can taste. Oh yeah, I guess it makes you smile. I found it hard, it's hard to find. Oh well, we'll never mind. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. With the lights out, it's just dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. I'm a lotto. I'm a bino. I'm a mosquito. I'm a beetle. I'm in dire. I'm in dire. I'm in dire. I'm in dire, I'm in dire. Thank you.
Give it up for Jaden Trell. Well done, Jaden. Well done, Jaden. Do you know what I was doing when I was 11 or 12? I was smoking behind the bike shed. Next up, I'm going to do a few. We're not going to do too many shout-outs or thank yous because we'll be here all night because so many people have been so wonderful in helping putting us all together. But I'm going to do a couple now because we have a little changeover that has to happen here. One of the more complicated ones. So first of all, I've just been told now, make sure you say thank you to Rita Fagan. Is Rita Fagan in the auditorium? Rita Fagan is responsible for this hand-stitched Palestinian flag here at the back. She has a big garden, clearly. Also, there's a couple of really major shout-outs we have to do. First of all, to the Axis Ballymun here and the whole team at Axis for allowing us to run riot in here this evening. And probably even more especially to the I Am Irish Roots Festival. Because we wouldn't be here if they hadn't graciously allowed us to share the venue with them. Because the Irish Roots Festival is happening all day tomorrow here in the Axis. Starts at 10 a.m. is on all day. It's a celebration of mixed Irish heritage. All sorts of things going on tomorrow all day. There'll be music and drumming workshops. There'll be hair braiding. There'll be makeup tutorials. Lots and lots of stuff going on all day tomorrow here. And it's all free of charge. So what else would you be doing with your Saturday? Look at your hair. Wow. I am so impressed. The microphone died. The microphone was shocked. It's so luscious. It's wonderful. How old are? Oh my God! How old are you? 16. Wow, the kids are all right, aren't they? This here is a Red Union Band. They are a bunch of Northside lads. They hail from everywhere, from Ballymun and Blanche, and somewhere along the way they let some posh kid from Portmarnock in as well. So I'm going to leave it. Are you ready, boys? This is your big moment. Please make lots of noise and be warm and welcoming and encouraging to Red Union Band.
How's it going, everyone? We're the Red Union, and this is a song by Oasis. PJ, take it away.
I can't be no one else. I'm feeling supersonic. Give me gin and tonic. You can have it all, but how much do you want it? You make me laugh. Give me your autograph. Can I ride with you in your BMW? You can sail with me in my yellow submarine. You need to find out, 'cause no one's gonna tell you what I'm on about. You need to find a way for what you wanna say. But before tomorrow, 'cause my friend said he'd take you home. He sits in the corner all alone. He lives under a waterfall. Nobody can see him. Nobody can ever hear him call. Nobody can ever hear him call. Can't be no one else. I know a girl called Elsa. She's into Alka-Seltzer. She sniffs it through a cane on a supersonic train, and she makes me laugh. I got her autograph. She done it with the doctor on a helicopter. She's slipping in a tissue, selling the big issue. When she finds out, no one's gonna tell her what I'm on about. You need to find a way for what you wanna say. But before tomorrow, 'cause my friend said take you home. He sits in the corner all alone. He lives under a waterfall. Nobody can see him. Nobody can ever hear him call. Nobody can ever hear him call.
feel bereft and cheated. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm wearing my glasses so I don't forget stuff. I know that we have some representatives in tonight, and indeed the president of the Dublin Council of Trade Unions, so welcome. And I'd like to thank them for the donation they made in memory of their colleague Sam Nolan, so thank you very much. Got a little setup to do, but I'm going to tell you something. I am from Ballinrobe, County Mayo. Now, does that mean anything to any of you? Well, I'll tell you why it should. Well, for many reasons, but one of the reasons why it should is, like, where are you from? Do you mind me asking? Where are you from? Where in Dublin? Glasnevin. Well, I'll tell you what Glasnevin has never fucking done, and Ballinrobe has. Ballinrobe has given a word to the English language. Glasnevin never did that. And it's a really good word. Like, it's the kind of word that you sort of think, well, before Ballinrobe gave it to the world, what did we say for that word? Because it's a really excellent word, and it's a very appropriate word for tonight. You see, back in the bad times of the famine times, Ballinrobe had a local landlord, as so many towns and townlands and villages did around the country. And now our actual landlord was off living somewhere in Surrey or whatever, who gives a damn. But he had an agent who lived in the big house outside Ballinrobe and looked after all of his land for him. And he was a right prick. And his name was Captain Boycott. And he was an asshole to everybody around Ballinrobe and the NIYL and the Kilmaine. And the people of Ballinrobe got very fed up with it. And they decided eventually that they were going to stop doing any business at all with Captain Boycott. And the businesses of the town decided they wouldn't sell anything to him. They wouldn't lend him anything. The farmhands wouldn't work in his fields. And it became known as a boycott. And guess what? The boycott was very successful. And it spread around the country. It really put the shits up the English at the time. They brought the army in to try and quell all the boycotts. But so I am proudly standing here in front of you as a proud Mayo woman from Ballinrobe, County Mayo, telling you, you're welcome. And I feel it's very appropriate tonight. My farmhand ancestors would be very proud tonight. Now, next up, we have, he's a young man from Limerick, and as a vocalist, it's a very impressive resume. He's sung with people like Cynthia Erivo, Rufus Wainwright. There's more. Oh, well, that's enough to get started anyway, isn't it? But that's not the end of his ambitions. He actually has ambitions to sort of introduce a whole new sound to the Irish music industry with his album, which is I assume is on its way. And the name of the album, now if you know, you know, this is a fucking brilliant and hilarious name for an album. It's called Parish is Burning. If you don't get that reference, ask somebody younger and queerer beside you. He is hoping, the album is, I have a little quote here, it says, the album looks to shed light on the challenges and thrills that come with being queer in the county. Sounds like a good intro of any. Please welcome NIYL.
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having us. And I suppose that lovely introduction was great, and there's no better song to kind of introduce this album, Parish is Burning, to the world than a song called Daddy Issues. So I hope you all enjoy it and celebrate tonight. Thank you very much. Ready to go? Funny how the odds can make the chase so fucking easy. I love the way you look and stimulate the need for pleasing. Searching for a sign, lost by my design. Oh, losing to the groove of bodies in pursuit of feeling, colliding to and fro and mercy to immoral cravings, lost within their hide, pray to their divine. Oh, he's got daddy issues, yeah. He's got daddy
body to the talking boy. It's God's daddy issues. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's God's daddy issues. Oh, and he's bringing the moment tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, it is a privilege to be here, to stand up against art washing, to be here sharing the stage with so many amazing artists, to be sharing music with you guys. Moving on to our next two songs, so as well as my own project NIYL, I am also part of an amazing collective called the X Collective, made up of all these artists who are on stage with me tonight. There's over 70 of us across the country who are making music, collaborating, working together to create new Irish music and new modern Irish music. So we're delighted to present two songs for you tonight from the X Collective upcoming album. First one, Pay the Piper, am I right? Yeah. So hope you enjoy. We do a little swapsies, will we? Yes. Introducing ZAPHO.
Hi, everybody. It's playing on my mind. She moves like a dancer. Ay, ay. Now you got me hooked, you got me stoned. You look so fantastic. Ay, yeah, you got me. You saw me waiting, got me conversating. Move to the vibes I'm emulating. You got me feeling, yeah. You got me, you got me, you got me feeling, yeah. You got me, you got me, you got me. Got me feeling like, oh, oh, out the world past the ozone. Up and down like a pogo. Speed it up and then slow mo. We both know you want it deep, then we can dive, yeah. Get into it, don't be shy, yeah. I can make you feel alive, yeah. I will gladly pay the piper. I never met nobody like her. So grab your keys and walk out that door. If you wanna take a ride, I can keep you right every time. I will gladly pay the piper. Gotta sing this playing on rewind. Say my name, say my name. Baby, introduce me to your friends. What friends? Yeah, baby, I'm a perfect 10. Yeah, if you wanna take it to the end, say la vida, my. Got you feeling like oh, oh, out the world past the ozone, up and down like a pogo. Speed it up and then slow mo. We both know you want it deep, then we can dive. Yeah, get into it, don't be shy. Yeah, I can make you feel alive. Yeah. I would gladly pay the piper. I never met nobody like her. So grab your things and walk out that door. If you wanna take a ride, I can feel you right every time. I would gladly pay the piper. Baby, I had a dream, oh yeah. Baby, it's 100 degrees and hey, hey. Baby, I'm on my knees for ya. I can make you feel alive, yeah. Thank you.
It's the last one from us. We're releasing this song later on in the year in Samhain. This is called Solace. If you like what you hear, come find us on Instagram, Spotify, everywhere. We're the X Collective. Thank you again, everyone. This is our last song for the moment.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I tried so hard to kill or keep you alive. I tried so hard. I tried to know, keep my soul clean, satisfy my needs. I tried so hard. I tried to know, despise you. I love your lies. I tried so hard. I tried so can't go back to what we were when it's said and done. We'll return to dirt. We can't go back to what we were when it's said and done. We return to dirt. solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head. Tried to know
your current holding me down.
I tried so hard, I tried so can't go back to what we were when it's said and done. We'll return to dirt. We can't go back to what we were when it's said and done. We'll return to dirt. 2, 3, 4.
Solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my head, solace in my, solace in my. Tell me who's gonna love you, what you gonna do without me. Tell me who's gonna love you, what you gonna do without me. Thank you
Thank
very
you guys
much.
so much.
That's it.
Have a great evening. Thank you
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Peace and love.
Give it up one more time. One more time for NIYL and the X Collective. Very fun bunch of kids. Our next performer, she was the inaugural poet in residence at Poetry Ireland. She's also a children's writer and a songwriter, so she's a multidisciplinarian. Is that the word I'm looking for? She's also been a very long-term member of PALFest and Gaza Action Ireland. So please be warm and welcoming for Katherine Cullen.
Lovely to be here, and free Palestine. Well done to all the organisers, and thanks everybody for coming. So I'm going to sing 2 songs tonight, and they're both about rivers, a Dublin river and a Palestinian river. So the first one is called Crooked Friend. It's about the Kavanagh River, which runs from the Dublin Mountains down to Houston Station, out to the Liffey there, and through various places you'll hear about in the song. The reason the song is called Crooked Friend is because the word Kavanagh means crooked water in Irish. It comes from the Old Irish, but it's basically Com Ishka. So it's crooked water, and this is Crooked Friend. From Mount Saskin, swift you spill, down the years and down the hill. Turn the wheels from mill to mill. In your heart they're turning still. Cannons roar at Waterloo. Turn the summer morning dark. Boney's troops were felled by powder from your mills at Corca Park. Wind on Cammock, crooked water. Swerve Kamishka like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Orphan girl at Golden Bridge shared her sorrows
rose as you passed, prisoner in Kilmainham jail. Heard you murmur at the last, River Run and Cammach Caper, on your memories we depend. Fairview Oil, Clondalkin Paper, sing your stories to the end. Wind on Cammach, Crooked Water, swerve Kamishka like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Destination, Houston Station, one more traveler passing through. Beneath the tracks, a lover's tryst, Varana Liffey waits for you. Through the city, side by side, meet the puddle on the way. Crooked Cammach, take our troubles, drown them all in Dublin Bay. Wind on Cammach, Crooked Water, swerve Kamishka like your name. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Dodge and bend, our crooked friend will love you just the same. Thank you. Thank you. So I wrote that song a couple of years ago. I wrote this one for tonight, and I'm a little bit nervous about forgetting the words, so that's why I have these up here. So this is a song called River to the Sea. It's a phrase that's been banned in some countries. You can't say any more from the river to the sea. Palestine would be free. So I thought I'd put that into a song, and I'd like you to join in. So I'll just tell you how the chorus sounds. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Do you think you can join that? We'll try it. We'll rehearse it just one time and then I'll do the song, okay? From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Lovely, thank you. And so one word that you might know in the song is one of the Palestinian words for grandmother, which is city. I'm not saying city, I'm saying city, which is the word you'll hear in the song. Okay, and this is River to the Sea. Rain falls on the Jordan River, silver as your city's key, that she carries like a treasure. Since the night she had to flee from her home in Palestine, watching, waiting for a sign that someday soon she will be free. As the raindrops that flow from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. River flowing, never knowing, some must struggle to be free. But a flood starts with a trickle, rising up till all can see, will wash away that brutal wall. A law for one, a law for all, and come that day we'll all be free. As the waters that run from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Oh, your day is slow in coming, Oh, the hour is always late when the world wakes to you, drumming, drumming open freedom's gate. No more camps and no more codes. We'll dapper down those apartheid roads, and you'll know that you are free when your city can dance from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. And her silver key once more will open up her old front door, and every village will be free from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Free Palestine.
We have another handsome, I've just met him, performer for you now. He's a writer and songwriter from Dublin, and back in February he released a gorgeous song called A Song for Palestine, and you can check that out on Bandcamp. You lads just have to ask your grandkids about that. But you can find it on Bandcamp if you want, and he is going to delight us by singing that very song for us right now. Please welcome Tio Del Norte. Hi. You can give him another round of applause, I think.
Thank you. Hello. So this is Song for Palestine. Thank you, Pansy. This is on Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms. And all proceeds obviously go to Palestine. It's made about 5 cents so far, I think. So I'm not very good, just bear that in mind. They wanna bend and break your will, but they'll never, no, they'll never gain control. They can bomb and they can kill, but they'll never, no, they'll never break your soul. At long last, I see, because the truth, well, it's been set free. I finally understand the meaning of the olive tree. I see the trees and the Palestinian key. I sing the song for Palestine. Your time will come once more to shine, and we'll stand up to their crimes, because we're all Palestine. Yes, we're all Palestine. Khaled and Reed, bless their souls and bless the earth. And the Palestinians across the world in the diaspora. Expose the truth behind the lies of the propaganda, and show the real beauty of the people of Gaza. I sing the song for Palestine. Your time will come once more to shine, and we'll stand up to their crimes because we're all Palestine. Yes, we're all Palestine. The song for Palestine. Your time will come once more to shine, and we'll stand up to their crimes because we're all Palestine. I sing this song for Palestine. Your time will come once more to shine, and we'll stand up to their crimes because we're all Palestine. I sing this song for Palestine. Time will come once more to shine, and we'll stand up to their crimes because we're all Palestine. Yes, we're all Palestine. Yes, we're all Palestine. Yes, we're all Palestine. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. Should have put my phone on. Thanks a million. Free Palestine, everybody. Free Palestine. That's why we're all here. Free Palestine. Thank you.
Well, the baby might be dead. There we go, there we go. Just as I was about to step out here this time, someone backstage asked me to remind you all that Darkness into Light is happening tonight at 4 a.m. in Poppin-Tree Park. And I said I would, and because I'm a woman of my word, I'm now telling you that Darkness into Light is at 4 a.m. tonight in Poppin-Tree Park. Our next performer, he has a very impressive and very extensive resume, which I guess could best be summed up by saying he's a multidisciplinary artist who works across dance, voice, design, which doesn't sound as impressive as his extensive resume, but it is a lot shorter. Please welcome Toby Balor. Hi.
Bellies be little. Another shade condemned to shadow. Bones, crack from marrow. Mere tallow to keep the engine running. Migrants ground between the gears of industry. Immigrants cast in infamy. Ran down by infantry lacking sympathy. Toting bricks, breaking buildings. We're all victims in this system. Being this way since we were children. Rage in a cage, engaged with race, unable to engage with change, dismayed. Watching lifetimes flayed to sustain gain. Pain. We feel it too. Just like you. Rhythms merry till blue. True.
Everything you see is what you know, like when the sun rises and when the sun goes. Put down the pride and think with your dome. Many men fall cause Simplify me things, I'm a got the man thing. Run for the class and put them on the neck up bling bling. Boom, everybody sing. In the mix up with another man thing. But anime place figure judge a man thing. Or you pick up slaughter another man king. Cause another stone is the one where you sing. Johnny up a monster, we come from this. Even when you're back, but you're so much rich. Most comfy, come good, but come this. You must be Tasha and high like this. Come from the big, come from distant places. Run from the discipline system. Your heart I feel right when it's upon this. Most try the Bible for some days. From the west to the east. Pushing on the corner, what is left in me. I'm just like you from the West Indies. Pushing on the corner, what is left in me. Tell me the stuff is too invest in me. I'm just yes indeed, yes indeed. They're coming for you. I'm not jumping.
Yo, heard I'm on the rise, heard I'm on the come up. First they like we for the free, but now they love us. See I beat gal, fleece K brown. Bodies how that bringing heat now. Deep pipe sound when I run up. Couple niggas wanna try me, and I turn shady music where we icy. Couple girl from my past, they don't like me. Her shady wasn't interested, now they want ride me. And I turn care, and I turn care. Couple things from my past, they moving hurt. I can never get phased by a bird, cause they chirp, man will beat him and I kick him to the curb. Little niggas talk bad about me, they interrupting waves. These women say that I'm icy and book us for their rage. Though I'm chilling with venom once I drop on stage. And that's the kind of shit that fucking makes the man sway. Ease up. Man said he's gonna on-set me, had to tell him. 1, 2 little bars, man said he's gonna spin me, told him. Just cause you got Balenci's, man can never tell me, get my. See, I'm riding around my city, I don't even sprint, I just put my feet up. Yo, they're setting back the 808, send away, they're bumping at the speakers. It's funny how we're making moves now, our old honeys wanna reach us. It's kinda peak us. See, we was making peas of events, a couple DJs tried to cheat us. 2015, they think they can spit me and hit up hella turn for a feature. Last year, when we are the same dude denied your favorite rapper from a feature. This year I'm beating girls, used to class me back at school and look at me like I'm a creature. I got your girl on her knees overseas, giving brain, had a Rick Ross seizure. See, I'm a pleaser. Same girl I used for practice, the same girl you call senorita. Man said he's gonna on-set me, had to tell him. 1, 2 little bars, man said he's gonna spin me, told him. Just cause you got Balenci's, man can never tell me, get my. See, I'm riding around my city, I don't even sprint, I just put my feet up.
Yeah, and the turn be the motherfucking crew, and the turn.
From fresh, you said they told me I'd be famous. All these shows and I ain't even make my name yet. Dropped my old car, she was moving brainless. Started giving headaches and she started giving brainless. Fresh, yeah, that's what they fucking call me. Girls who used to hate all started acting raunchy. Fucking my exes like my cousin taught me. See, I'm swagging with my Jordans and my black Givenchy. Sweet.
give it up one more time for Toby and Iowa. Hope I didn't fuck that up. We are going to be having our little interval very shortly. We have one more performer for you before then. And I don't want to be overloading you with information, but I do want to suck as much money out of you as possible. So, obviously, we appreciate very much that you bought a ticket and came along to support tonight. But if you do have a few more quid that you'd like to get rid of that's burning a hole in your pocket, you can go on to I Donate, that is the letter I and donate put together. I Donate, Shine on Palestine, and up will pop, like it's one of those sites like GoFundMe or any of those for raising money. So you can donate any more if you'd like to. I Donate, Shine on Palestine. I Donate being one word, the letter I followed by donate. Is that all very clear? Is that all clear? All right, we are going to be having an interval moment, but before then, we have something very special for you. This next artist, is originally from Gaza. She grew up in Jordan, and now she calls Dublin home, and her story is hers to tell. Please welcome Karma Shawa, and please forgive me if I fucked that
Hi everyone. This is a song called Ya Talayin al-Jabal. It's a type of Palestinian taride, or you can call it Palestinian folk music. It's composed by women and developed for the purpose of sending encrypted messages between family members, especially mothers, and their loved ones who were imprisoned. And these kind of songs have dated back to the British mandate of Palestine, and later on, the Palestinians kept that practice going on under the Israeli occupation. And even when the soldiers did understand Arabic, the way the sound was made with the extra L's to make it very encrypted that they wouldn't understand what it meant. To the soldiers, it's just a simple chant, but it's for the family members, it's a way to send important messages to these prisoners, and in some cases, they've managed to help these prisoners escape. So I wanted to share part of that song because it's quite hypnotizing. And not only that, it's I really believe that music and art plays a very important vehicle in liberation and freedom and resistance to oppression. These types of songs were sung all over Palestine, and they would be transported from village to village through singers when they didn't want the occupiers to know their news. The South Africans did the same. They used to sing and to communicate their struggle and maintain morale. Those who participated in those chants were ultimately held captive, or they were hung, or they were imprisoned. But these acts of defiance on their own were a way to say, you can imprison us, you can try to silence us, but you cannot stop us from singing. Today, as we witness a genocide happening in Gaza for so long, it's very heart-wrenching. But I was thinking, what does it take to create a genocide? Apart from the atrocities that we see, the massacres and the forced starvation, it's actually desecrating the cultural heritage of the people. It's basically eliminating their stories and their existence on that land. And we've seen that happen in Gaza, not only in Gaza, over the years. The Israelis have looted Palestinian homes with very important books, and they're sitting in Israel in archives, and they will not return them to their rightful owners. And recently, I don't know if you've heard about the Freedom Theatre in Jenin that was just raided. And years before that, the cultural director of the Freedom Theatre was assassinated in front of the theatre. This is how much culture and the Palestinian voice is threatening to the Israeli and to the Israeli occupation. So basically, you desecrate the culture, and then you hit you kind of target the cultural creators like the poets and the artists, basically the people who are reclaiming their narrative. This systematic destruction is aimed to erase our identity, and it's aimed to dehumanize the Palestinians. When we saw the Notre Dame break out in flames, it sent shockwaves around the world. But when the more than 200 cultural heritage sites that were completely obliterated in Gaza, we witnessed not much of that international outrage. There's the Omari Mosque, which dates back to the 7th century. It has a library of over 20,000 books that date back to the 3rd century. And did you know that Gaza has the 3rd oldest church in the world? That was targeted a few months ago, where Gazans that are Christians and Muslims were hiding. Not to mention the Gaza Municipal Library, along with the complete destruction of the Central Archives of Gaza. These contained over 150 years of records pertaining to Gaza's history, all destroyed. For my family, it hit home when Israel intentionally targeted the Rashad Shawa Cultural Center, which was founded by my grandfather in the 80s, and it was named after him. The center was found completely decimated during the 5-day truce in November. My aunt, Layla Shawa, designed the stained glass panels in the library, and her husband was the architect. The building was so beautiful, it was awarded the Aga Khan Award for Architecture. And the center had a beautiful theater space and an exhibition space. And it was a host for important meetings between Bill Clinton and Yasser Arafat, and even Nancy Baldana was there to speak. The building also had a great library of over 10,000 books, and they were all destroyed. The destruction of these cultural centers isn't just an attack to buildings, on our buildings, it's an attack on our very humanity, our identity and our connection to our land. Because erasing that culture is designed to dehumanize. It's meant to break our spirit. But they underestimate us. They can destroy our books and level our buildings, but they cannot destroy our spirit. We need your help to shift the narrative and end this complicity. This is our time to make it count. And honestly, I don't think we've ever been closer to achieving justice. Just as the world boycotted apartheid South Africa and led to its dismantling, the onus is on us to do the same with Israel. We cannot treat this pariah state as a normal state. We need to put pressure on this rogue state to change. The onus is on us. We must insist and fight for a world where the Palestinians have liberation, freedom, and the basic human rights of dignity, because their story is part of our story. And in showing up for them, we are showing up for ourselves. No one is free until they are free, and everyone is free. Thank you. I don't know if you were able to see, but the images of what the center was and what is this is, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening.
Timely to remind us why we're here. We are going to take a short interval. We will be back with lots more for you to see and hear. And I'll even be wearing a new frock. So look forward to that. See you shortly. I'm not sure how long our interval is going to be, but you know, I think he did a 20. He did a 20. It's going to be 20 minutes. So see you in 20 minutes. We are going to be rattling through the second half because I do want you to get home to your loved ones. Look at that, and we're starting off incredibly strong, aren't we? Gorgeous. I want to introduce you to this beautiful woman here who is a scholar, an activist, and an artist who was raised in the Jabalia refugee camp in Palestine herself, in Gaza. She was also, interestingly, part of organising the first ever Not Eurovision, which was held in London in 2019 when the Eurovision was held on occupied lands in Palestine. And she is co-founder of the, now this part I love, the pronunciation of this, Hawya. The Hawya Dance Company. Obviously, it's not our Hawya, but it's a good way to pronounce it. Which brings together dance, music, and poetry to tell the story of Palestinian resistance and struggle. So please put your hands together and give a very, very warm welcome for Shai Abu Salama.
ضلي ضوي على طول ونتلالك يا أرض الحبيبي شغار القمر منك دخلنا شبابك ضريبي بيدفع من عمره سنين
This is a song I've been listening repeatedly to since the beginning of the genocide. It's a beautiful song by Therese Lehman, a Palestinian singer I really adore, and I find expression in her voice, and I'm honored to have sung this to you tonight. This song, for those who don't understand Arabic, hold a lot of pain, a lot of mourning of what was and what was robbed from us, our lands, our homes. I am here with you, and I'm mourning my family home, which wasn't only bombed, but also burned, with all our memories and all our family albums. I am also mourning our land, which for the past 15 years, my dad has turned into heaven, with trees of all sorts, citrus trees, palm trees, olive trees. There were chicken as well, and some honey, beehives. It was all bulldozed, and there is nothing left. I'm also mourning nearly 100 people, if not more. I'm even scared of counting my dead. When you go out of here, don't forget us, and use your voice with your community, with your family, in the streets, in your workplace, in your school, in your university. Do anything possible to stop this horrific nightmare that we wake up to for more than 7 months, and we're still counting. This couldn't have happened without American and Western support, military, cultural, and diplomatic support of Israel. And Eurovision is one shameless and imperial and capitalist cultural platform that allows Israel to art wash its genocidal ethnic cleansing of Gaza, which continues to unfold in plain sight, day in, day out, as we watch helplessly our families shrinking. They have declared a victory over our hospitals and our bakeries, our schools, our kindergartens, and now they're waging a brutal war against tents in Rafah that held almost the majority of Gaza population. Thank you for listening, and help us to keep hope and keep resisting and fight with us until Palestine is free. Palestine will set us all free. Thank you.
Palestine will be free. Beautiful. Going to keep trundling along. Robbie Blake's Tonta is a vocal ensemble group, and Robbie himself is, well, he's a multi-talented artist and performer who works across music and dance, and he is the director of Tonta, who have been at the bleeding edge of innovation and artistic risk-taking for the last 10 years, and they championed the creation of new vocal music. So please be warm, be welcoming, give it up for Robbie Blake and Tonta. Gorgeous, beautiful, gorgeous. And I'm cute too. That was beautiful. So many beautiful things. I want to introduce you next to two very beautiful souls, Amir Abu ALROB and SORCHA Fox. Amir is from Palestine, a theatre maker, and in 2013, I think if that's right, yes, he joined the Freedom Theatre in Jenin, where he met SORCHA Fox, a wonderful actor and performer and spoken word practitioner, I think is the word we'll use this evening. And tonight they are going to perform to you through both poetry and song. So please welcome Amir and SORCHA.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for the access and for everyone in Ballymun for making this happen. And sounds great energy there, amazing. So I hope you'll support us to go through this 15 minutes. Jesus, you don't know it's like to be here, to be in this bubble, you know, and stand for this as a law. But yeah. Anyway, you know, it's a big bubble to be in it. So, khalas. The first time I heard the word khalas was when I used to fuck up with my mother's bread dough. She said to me, khalas. At that moment, I didn't understand what she meant about it or the deep meaning of that word. And I kept going on, playing with her doughs and playing with her doughs until I got a big slap on my face. And she said, didn't I say khalas, yani khalas? Since then, I understood the meaning of the word. So the first time I used khalas in my life was when I went to see the sea for the first time illegally. The second time when I used khalas, when I left my school to join the Freedom Theatre in Jenin refugee camp. And then I used khalas when I dated a guy in Palestine with no fear. And I used khalas for my freedom and myself, and that was the key. So khalas everything that has to be khalased.
Khalas. Khalas is an Arabic word. It doesn't have an English equivalent. They'll tell you it means finished, enough, stop. But that's not it exactly. Khalas comes from Palestine. It means roughly, I will not put up with this shit anymore and I'm done talking about it. Khalas means actions, not words. And if you refuse to see a genocide, if you refuse to act, khalas, we are done. Khalas ignoring the call to cultural boycott from a people undergoing a genocide. Khalas to any venue or arts organisation in Ireland refusing to become apartheid-free. Khalas for Hind Rajab, age 6, for 15,000 children. Khalas for all the shattered, heartbroken families. For Gaza, for the West Bank, for 1948, for Sabra and Shatila, for every camp, for everyone in exile, for Palestine, for Ireland, for our own dignity and our own history. Khalas for humanity. Khalas for Palestine, from the river to the sea.
The war will end. An agreement would be made on behalf of our names again and again and again and again. The leaders will finally have their parties, drinks all over. They will bit by bit, they will start to feel the numbing. Things will sound normal as if nothing has happened. Someone has to bring it up. They will chat about it. Fear, anger, laughs, confusion. Someone will always wish that we all got killed.
Aish, Tanafas. They cannot take all of us.
And we all can see it now. They are losing control over us. The war will end. And what comes after? Has the home been returned to its owners? Has the UN resolution and convention changed? What does this agreement include? Two-state solutions? To go on as if nothing has happened after everything that has been done? The war will end, yes. But what about the pain and the suffering that has been? The hopes and the dreams, the child and the adulthood that have been stoning and killed over and over. Can that end? The war will end, but this is only one part of the whole story, you see. The war will end and we will stay strong for the ones after. Strong and beyond. Strong as the earth holding us for all these years. Strong in a faith of a world which a single mind cannot hold alone. Strong in what we fight for. Not just a homeland for us. A fight for freedom and a freedom for us all. What option do you have when you were born to fight and resist? Sumud. We have roots to fight for, not an ideology. Steadfast. Like an olive tree, even if you remove it from its earth, it will always find its way to grow its roots again and feed from our blood. So to everyone in the freedom fight, to my people, smile and be proud. Smile because you know what awaits you there. It's not just the fact it's only been death, but what comes after it. A home, finally, that they cannot claim as their own. Smile, you are not alone.
Remember the road. For the children in the industrial schools in Ireland who would always escape, they were called the runners. I am a pebble on a Galway road. I'm 9. My escape is 1 hour old. Glass, sharp stones, blisters on my soul. I'm running. The air is burning in my throat. My eyes are bleared with tears. I can't see from the cold. I got out. I got out. I got out onto the road. I got out to where the small town bleeds to green. I can hear the tinkle of a cow's bell. I can hear the birds sing, but I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop yet. I can see the bridge. There's a stitch in my side. There's a river. There's a river. There's a river, I think. Could I drink? I lean on a tree. I feel the bark against my skin. The bark. The bark. They're coming. They're coming with the dogs. They're coming with the dogs to take me back. They'll break an ankle or a wrist, make me crawl back on my knees. I'm a lesson so the other little girls and boys can see. Maybe it was the butcher or the woman in number 3. She saw me and she told on me. She told on me, you see. I know a place called home. I keep it deep inside of me. When I can get out and no longer feel the pain, I'll get out. I'll get out. I'll escape again. I can't help it. I can't help it. Say a prayer for me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I will always be free.
I'm a runner on a Gazan road. ما تتركني هيك عم فتش عليك بأسفل كل كيس بين تخوت الناس بتوهم وجهك وبنادي اسمك كأنه ممزوج شفافي بيزيد كتبها عفريت بحبر مميت ما إلو دوا خيبة الهوى ما تتركني هيك ما تتركني هيك ما تتركني هيك حبيبي خليك شو بيحلى السمر نشرب القمر نوره بيرويك ما تتركني هيك ما تتركني هيك ما تتركني هيك ما تتركني When we met that day out of nowhere, at that cafe, a wave hit every part of me. Full of kindness, softness, strength, weakness, courage, home. We fall in forbidden love, The start of a new road, of a new resistance that will taste everything in me and us, and that all can be challenged. The borders of our reality, we did it in spite of everything that threatened it to go ahead. We did it to believe there is a way for this love to survive. But you're gone now. A page in the book of your life that you have closed, you say, and lifted so far from your heart, crying out, where were you? Where were you when I crossed overseas? Where were you when I had to enter that office and give everything that approves me? Where were you when I left everything behind me just to be with you? When I spent 22 months between all these strangers, where were you when? When I cried, afraid, alone. When I lost the love to myself. When I have been looking for you in everywhere, in the streets, in people's eyes. Where were you? All I want to know is, why did we do this to ourselves? Is it because all we have known is to sacrifice yourself with all means, and that's all? Where were you when, then, and now?
Sada, echo. I'm learning Arabic. I have a long way to go. I know it has deep roots, like an olive tree. Al-Quds, Qalbi. And a warm wind blows through its leaves. Sheikh, Jarrah, Haifa, Akka, Jaffa, Silwan, Beta, Ramallah, Tulkarem, Lifta, Mukhayam Al-Azza, Mukhayam Jenin, Gaza, Lahja Palestiniya. I'm learning Palestinian Arabic so I can talk to my friends. The first words I learned were from an Irish friend. She was standing on a Gaza rooftop. She was working with the ambulance crews. We were huddled around a telephone in a Leitrim theatre called The Glens. She talked of how her friend from Gaza held a young man's head in the back of an ambulance after an Israeli bombing raid. He was badly injured. The man had whispered in his ear over and over again, Aish, Tanafas. Over and over again. It was a prayer, a revolutionary cry, something that might stop a suicide, something a mother would whisper to a child, something to remind him of his precious, precious life. Live, breathe.
يا نجمة الصبح فوق الشام عليتي الجواد أخذتي والنذال خليتي يا نجمة الصبح فوق الشام عليتي الجواد أخذتي والنذال خليتي يا نجمة الشام وين عليتي عليتي يا هالعريس بلادك ما قاريناها يا بدليتك من جبل عجل قاطعناها وتفصلت بحلب واهتزت الشام.
What do you call courage that has no choice? I think its name is Palestine.
خلص. So my خلص now, stop putting us under the spotlight to show you how strong we are while the heart is broken and the feelings are leaking out. Stop khalas thinking that you cannot do anything while you have all the powers in your hand. Khalas running from your feelings until your feelings runs after you, and then they become your hunter, and you're in your dreams, and your dreams become nightmares. Khalas. Khalas talking and talking and talking and talking and doing nothing. Sanction Israel, and that's it. Khalas pinkwashing. Khalas.
I'm learning Arabic. Shujaya, Jabalia, Bet Hanoun, Bet Lahya, Ghazel Medini, Deir El Balah, Khan Yunis, Rafah.
عيش تنفس. I see you, and I see them, and I feel you, and I feel them. And remember, we always were visitors here and been given a benefit, a mind. So use it wisely and don't die before you are equal. Here, I know that you have to be a label, a brand, a type, shut it out, no doubt. Day and night, wrong and right, black and white, seagulls cry, rainy days, sad land, lost souls all around. Here, I'm a ghost, have been left for so long to be forgotten, but I still see you and see them, and I still feel you. And I feel them, and I remember that I'm not a file. I'm not a case or a conflict. I'm not a number in the system. I am not a UN resolution or conventions. I am not a research project or a box to tick to fit your agenda. I am the beginning and the end. The unended struggle of Oscar Wilde and NIYL, Layla Khalid's fight. You made me a complicated file that you kept stuck in history of wars and massacres, in shame and guilt, in unpaid debt. A file is still stuck even in the countries that act freedom. I am time, and I'm waiting. So now, actually, we're gonna read you some testimonies. So the last while I've been looking at the Queering the Map. It's a map on Google, which you could look stories up from all queer anonymously. And I went and I looked for queer stories from Gaza, and we're gonna be reading some of these stories and some stories from the West Bank. So for the first thing I found that I wanna read, when I looked it up, I zoomed on the map, and it was on a Gaza board. So like there's a walk, you go out of the board, and the person stays there. This is where I first had my moment with you, where I fell for you. It was in 2021, the last major Israeli bombardment on Gaza. You never knew you were the reason that I first listened to my favorite bands or watched portrays of Lady on Fire. Everything comes back to you. Now you are a student abroad, and Israeli occupation bombs may take everyone and everything you ever loved away. Your mom, your home, your memories. I'm so sorry. The world has failed you. That's your mom, sister, everything is lost in this genocide.
The place where you died, even though we were only pen pals, I love you to my core. 5 years of the best friendship. Ahmed died of the airstrike. You died of heartbreak. Khalid, I love you. I loved the way you came out to me, how I came out to you, how you introduced Ahmed as your boyfriend. I wanted to share your hurts with me, but we're seas apart. I'll free Palestine just for your eyes. I hope you rest well in heaven. Kiss Ahmed all you want and be very happy. In this life or another, I'll follow you and we can unite. I love you to Icarus and beyond.
I have always imagined you and me sitting out in the sun, hand to hand, free at least. We spoke of the places and we spoke of all the places we would go to if we could. Yet, you are gone now. If I had known that bombs raining down on us would take you from me, I would have gladly told the world how I adored you more than anything. I am so sorry. I was a coward.
I don't know how long I will live, so I just want this to be my memory here before I die. I'm not going to leave my home, come what may. My biggest regret is not kissing this one guy. He died 2 days back. We told how much we liked each other and I was too shy to kiss last time. He died in the bombing. I think a big part of me died too. And soon I will be dead. To Eunice, I will kiss you in heaven.
We exchanged meaningless glances just in a very small, seemingly meaningless interaction. But we recognized each other for who we are really. And it's felt so relieving to finally be truly seen, even though it just was for a second. Thank you so much.
You know, it's very easy to write to me if you want to. You know, I have a fairly well-known bar in town, my name above the door, so people can write to me. And you'd be surprised at how many people decide to sit down and write to me. And they normally fall into 3 different categories. About 20% of them are just calling me a stupid faggot and telling me they're going to burn the place down. About 30% of them are people who are very concerned about me and are writing to tell me how concerned they are about me because they're afraid, well, they know that I'm going to burn in hell if I don't repent. And they often include a miraculous medal and, you know, little scratchy poems written in funny handwriting. And, but then about 50% of it is absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. And a few weeks ago, I got a letter and I opened it up and it was one of the lovely ones. And it was from a retired teacher in Wexford called Anita, absolutely lovely woman. And she had been sitting at home watching the news, seeing what was going on in Gaza, and like so many of us, she was feeling frustrated and helpless and powerless. And so she started just doing a lot of reading about it. And as part of that reading, she has an interest in art. She discovered that the artist Banksy had done this large project in Gaza, well, in Jerusalem, called the Walled-In Hotel. And it was a sort of a satire on sort of like a Disney World kind of place, but referencing the situation in the occupied territories and in Gaza. It was he built sort of a hotel that had, you know, watchtowers and barbed wire around it. And as part of that project, part of the way that he raised money for Palestinian causes, he sold prints, which were sort of posters advertising his walled-in hotel. And Anita thought this was very interesting, and then she did a bit more reading, and she discovered that there was one of Banksy's actual prints in an auction here in Ireland. And so she decided, feck it, I'm going to bid on that. And she won the auction. And so she became the proud owner of a Banksy print. And she was writing me because she was saying she was sitting at home, looking at it on her wall, thinking, it's doing absolutely no good to fecking anybody sitting on my wall. And the reason she bought it, really, was out of some sort of frustration. So she said, can you do something with it to somehow help the people in Gaza? And so I spoke to Veronica and Honor, who've been the workhorses behind all of this, and we said, with Anita's permission, well, we'll auction it. And somebody, anyone, could be the proud owner of a real live Banksy print, and the money will go to the same organizations that this event is helping in Palestine. So if you have €800 or more, because we have to put a reserve on it, it's worth quite a lot of money, but you can bid for it. So if you go online, we probably should have a picture of it here. Of course we don't, because we're just not quite that organized. But if you Google Shine On Palestine Auction Banksy Print, I'm sure an image will pop up. It's very fun. And you can bid for it by emailing Shine On Palestine Auction, shineonpalestineauction@gmail.com. And so if you know anybody who has more than €800 and would like a Banksy print, assuming that you don't, and by the look of you, I don't think you do, they can bid. And that money will join the rest of the money that we raised tonight and be going to aid and advocacy organizations in Palestine. Now, having said all of that, I think that bought us enough time for you guys to be set up, and you look very set up to me. Now, earlier on tonight, you met ZAPHO, who is, because she's part of the X Collective, remember, she performed with NIYL, and she's back here now as herself, ZAPHO. ZAPHO is a singer, a songwriter, a producer. She does it all. She's part of the X Collective, but she also does it all on her own behalf. Her second album is coming out soon. She's going to be taking over the world, and that second album is with her sort of stomping 7-piece groove band, but tonight she's going to show us as a quieter side to her oeuvre, which is a French word that you should know. Please give it up for ZAPHO and these hot fellas.
Amazing. This song is called Beautiful, and I wrote it about me. No, I'm joking.
Doesn't matter what your heart knows, it's lost when your eyes are closed. 'Cause when it all comes out, you won't hear us say, it's hard when you know enough's not enough for you. If only you know the things that I see in you. Your body's not your own, since your mouth and hands got froze. I can tell that you've been cold. Use my body for someone, and you said you'll disappear, that you won't keep me held here, that your conscience will be clear. It will be honest with you. I wanna say that I think you're beautiful. But when it all comes out, you won't hear us.
guys so much. The next song is a lullaby, and I wrote it for my mother. I wrote it for her when my grandma passed away, and it was meant to feel like a big warm hug. And the best way for me to describe how she means to me, I'm her mom, meant to her. So, we'll give it a go. Thank you.
Mama's gone on a little holiday. It's me and you, and we'll go out to play. All of your favorite games. She told me to say that she loved you the most. She loves you in ways that you'll never know. And when you're afraid, she'd be right there to say. Somebody else will have your name. Somebody else will feel your pain. Somebody's life is just the same as yours. You won't be alright for a little while. You'll forget the things that make you smile. You miss the voice that always used to say. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for having me in Free Palestine.
No, it's great. Tidying up to be done, but nevertheless, that's actually good because our next performer, God, you see somebody on the bus and you think there's just a regular person, and then you get handed all the information about them. It turns out people are very multifaceted and very talented, aren't they? Our next performer, he is a Palestinian. He's a psychotherapist. He's a hip-hop artist. He's an activist and a human rights defender. I mean, that is quite the CV right there. He first started, getting involved in the struggle for justice and change in Palestine in the early 2000s. He's been involved throughout his career with various NGOs and various rights organizations, including Doctors Without Borders, Amnesty International, Action Aid, and he's also a successful hip-hop artist who has had numerous tours across the Middle East and North Africa and Europe. Now, that is a CV that you could take home to your mother, and she'd be very impressed. Please welcome. I think we have a space. Please welcome Tala Alali.
Thank you everyone for coming and for supporting Palestine instead of being watching the Eurovision that art wash. I brought a very dear song to my heart to start with it. It's about the Nakba, the Palestinian Nakba, because in 5 days it will be 76 years to the Palestinian Nakba, and it's still counting. The song, it speaks about Palestine from 1917 until now, from Pill for Promise. However, it starts with something very important we live in. It starts with the radio tuning, because media is very important, how you use it for good or bad. But this significance of this, during Nakba, people started running to different directions. Palestinians, some got killed, some ended up in Lebanon, some in Syria, some in Jordan. The only way for them to communicate for family reunification was sending letters to the radio stations saying the names of the people who survived, where they are now, where they were displaced or where they run to, and the people who died and the people who stayed. So it showed that how it was very powerful to be used, but at the same time now it's not really used as we want it. If you listen to RTE, for example. So I'll spare you the talk, and would you please play it?
In Mecca, Arabia.
إسرائيلي غزة فلسطين
1917 وعد بالفور صدر ظهر وجه الاستعمار والقناع انكسر انتصر الشر في فلسطين وخطر الموت انتشر انأسر الشعب كامل واكبر قبر انحفر سنة 22 الكتاب الابيض لتشرشل كان كتاب اسود الهدف منه يكلل اطماع بني صهيون اللي في ارضنا متغلغل اطماع شعب راقص عصوت نساء بتولول عام 48 عام النكبة والتهجير 194 كان ابرة تخدير قرار عودة اللاجئين بنحلم انه يصير صار حلم في العودة عم بتلاشى وعم بطير عم بنسير من مكان بعيد لهجرة أبعد عم بيسيل منا الدم وعم نتشرد من هجرة لا هجرة الجرح بتزيد وما بتبرى من مجرى لا مجرى الجرين تعبت بالمرة هذا الفتى بقميصه المخضوب بالدم والندى في الفجر أيقظ كومة الأحجار واستل اللهيب من المدى فتجمع الفتيان كانوا واحدا عبر المحيط إلى الخليج ورددا يا ليتني حجرا بكف فتى يصوبني فأعرف كيف أمتشق الردى هذا الفتى فلسطين كانت من كل أراضي العالم أشرف اليوم صارت لكل أراضي العالم مصرف كل شعوب الدنيا بتكب زبلتها عنا قاعدين بطمسوا في زمننا ممنوع عنا نتهنى بمسحوا في التاريخ بنسفوا في قيمنا فيش أذن تسمعنا فيش غير الله معنا إيش إحنا بنستنى إيش ممكن نتمنى فيش شعب في العالم اللي على ألمنا غنى سنة 67 كانت نكبة ونكسة جديدة يا كاتبة التاريخ الله بعينك رد عيد نفس التاريخ القديم نفس المنوال الحزين بس زيدي قرار تقسيم رقم 242 وزيدي أكم واحد عم خيم الشتات فات زيدي خيام جديدة مكان كانت جارنا اللي مات جيبوا المعاول الجثة لازم تندفن بس كم كيس طحين بدنا نخيط ليكفوا للكفن هذا الفتى شق النهار على محبته وأرضى أمه وتمردا دمه نشيد الأرض في خسق الشوارع والدخان سحابة تمضي وهذا الصوت عاد وغردا قد يصدأ السيف الذي صقلته كف محارب لكنما الحجر المقاوم لا ينام ولا يضام ولا يخالطه الصدى هذا الفتى صبرة شتل لدير ياسين الحرم الإبراهيمي وقانا كل روح راحت رح تلعنا بس تلقانا من الوحدات لليرموك للبقعة لنهر البارد بين فقر وجوع رموك تركوا قاعد ذهنك شارد بعد التشتيت والتشريد امسح عينك اللي بتدمع لملم جرحك اوقف على أقرب نقطة وتطلع حاول وجد طريقة كيف ممكن ترجع الاستيطان في كل مكان مثل السرطان بتوسع واطفال اللاجئين بتحلم في يوم رجوعها بتدور على قطعة خبز عشان تسد جوعها بتدور على قطعة خيش تحميها من البرد بتمشي على الشوك بس حاملة في ايدها ورد في ناس ثانية تتنعم في القصور اقنعني هاي الناس كيف ممكن تثور الله يرحمها ست للأيام ما رحمتها ضل مفتاحها ولدتها في رقبتها لحد ما السما أخذتها لا تسأل عن سلامته روحه فوق راحته بدلته همومه كفنا من وسادته هو في الباب واقف والردى منه خائف فاهدئي يا عواصف خجلا من جراءته فاهدئي يا عواصف خجلا من جراءته
Thank you. Now, the next song is a little bit upbeat. It's my one and only song in English, my experience here in Ireland, part of it. So, because it's in English, I wouldn't introduce it really. So, yeah, if you please play it, would you? And just a disclaimer, excuse my accent. English is not my first language, but neither violence. Not that I can go start my own colonies like the British did, the Englishmen. But you know what I mean, yeah? So everyone on the Amin.
To be born is free, but few wanna live. You're gonna pay with your life. Some fall behind, some just about, other blossom and thrive. Life is free, but few wanna live it. It's gonna cost your life. Some fall behind, some just about tonight. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. What if that was the only life I could afford? Rocking it back and forth for all it's worth. Praise be to the Lord, first generation migrant. Always keeping it vibrant, the excitement. Never silence, to live about my head to a tyrant. From Palestine to Ireland, from a war zone to racial abuse. It's a lose-lose, whichever I choose, whichever I pick, it doesn't amuse. Turn off the news and listen to the streets. Listen to the chaotic heartbeat where hate is so prominent and love is discreet. Turn off the news, yeah. Turn off that RTE shite and that BBC shite. And am I allowed to say fuck Sky News? Turn off the news and watch the street where social injustice played and repeat. Where people of the color like myself can never compete. Where white is might and the might is right and I'm bound to lose every fight. If we don't change this, nothing will ever turn right. Every time I integrate, they treat me like I'm the other. Always getting racially profiled based on my skin color. And it gets even harder if you got darker skin. Black people have it worse and brown, we're their next of kin. Don't tell me to be patient, I've been there, done that. There is no light in the end of the tunnel. I've hit the end and bounced right back, and we still feed into all circles of violence. Like we know, all we need is more love and tolerance. Life is free, but it's gonna cost us a life to live it. So we can choose what we will do with it, yeah? We can love, and we can choose to hate. To be born is free, but if you wanna live, you're gonna be with your life. Some fall behind, some just about, and other blossom and thrive. Life is free, but if you wanna live it, you're gonna be with your life. Some fall behind, some just about, and I must blossom and thrive. Thank you. I hope no one got offended. Now, the third song is something really very, very unique, but it's common in the West Bank, but unique to it. I grew up in the West Bank. That's where I spent also my teenage. That's where I was beaten up many times by Israeli soldiers. However, we have something common in the West Bank. When we go home, when we go to sleep at night, we don't lock our doors. It's not that we don't have thieves. If you know Palestine, we have a government. It's an example of thieves, but because if the Israeli army storms any village or any street in your city, people will have to open any door and hide, otherwise you might die. So by locking your door, you might cause someone to be killed. So this song is just about it in a funny way, where wherever I walk in Palestine, it's my house, because I'd be welcomed in any house. Would you please play, please? And if anyone would like to dance, stand up, come closer. I think the beat is very nice. And I tried to put some shisha flavor in it. I don't know if you will get the smell. بصحى مش شايف راس ثقيل ومسطول، بشرب قهوة بايتة سريعة المفعول، بستنى حالي شوي بصحصح على طول، اجا وقت الطلعة يا زلمة شو بتقول؟ تستناني البس؟ لا فيش داعي، فيش عندي بجامة بنام بنفس الاواعي، الطفر عنا موضة خليك واعي، كل شي للجميع فيش شي اسمه تاعي، بشتغل بنقسم بنلاقي بنقسم بنسرق بنقسم بتليل بنقسم بنعسل، تعن اخرك اذا مستعجل، جرب انزل عندي اذا مفكرني بمثل، حتحب قعدتنا تتمنى صحبتنا، شباب عكيفك بنصون عشرتنا، ما تستغرب اذا شفت كشرتنا، الكشرة هذه موضة ثانية دارجة عنا، وجب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يتألم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يتألم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر. قاعدتنا الأولى الناس للناس، منطقتنا نظيفة فيش طخيخ تعراس، كله ضري بتقراس كله ضري بتبواس، شباب زي العسل تنحط على الراس، أحلى الصبايا وأجدع بنات كلهن مثقفات خريجات جامعات، بس ما يغرك إذا شفت براءة في عينيهم، البنات عينك تاخذ حقهم بديهم، يعني اغلط معهم إذا عندك الجرأة عشان تتعلم كيف بنطبق حقوق المرأة، بتشلح نجرها وعوجك بدون كلام، بالضبط هذول رب سلام، يعني إن انتبه وين بتمشي وكيف بتمشي، انتبه مع مين بتحكي وكيف بتحكي، أكيد عرفت مين أنا بدون ما نحكي الاسم، بالضبط إحنا أولاد طول كرم، جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يتألم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يتألم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر بيطلع الكل بتجمع، كل جب مرق عنا بالمولوتوف ولع، ملوك الشارع عن بلدنا بندافع، غامضين مهما يكون اقوى من المصارع، بشوفونا بنطلع الكل بتجمع، كل جب مرق عنا خلينا ولع، ملوك الشارع عن وطننا بندافع، وطامدين زي المصارع، وجب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يكلم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يكلم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يكلم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر جب الهمر زمر يلا يا معلم، كله يحمل حجر كله يكلم، ما بنخاف الخطر ولا بنسلم، جب الهمر زمر. شكرا جميلة باليمون دبلن، شكرا.
He's a very charming young man, and I suspect quite mischievous. It's a good job for him that I am an extremely attractive but married drag queen who is still struggling to lose the lockdown weight. Big change of pace, I think we can agree here now. Our next performer, she's a songwriter and musician based out of County Kildare. She has 3 critically acclaimed albums under her belt. She has toured extensively around these parts and further afield, and along the way has collaborated with people like John Spillane and Lisa Hannigan. And apart from being so cute, her last release was a setting of Rifat Al-Alir's poem, If I Must Die, yes, to musical accompaniment. So yes, please welcome the gorgeous, the beautiful, the very Irish siren-looking SIVE.
Thank you, Francis. So yes, I'm going to just play one song for you, and I'm going to play the song that Panty just mentioned. This is a musical setting of Rifat Al-Arir's poem, If I Must Die. If you are here, there's a good chance you might know this poem, but if you don't, I'm just trying to do a bit of subtle mic fixing here. Rifat Al-Arir was a Palestinian poet, writer, and professor who was murdered in December by Israel. And he wrote this poem to his daughter, who has since been killed as well. But the poem is inspired by the imagery of a kite. And in, I think it was 2011, the children of Gaza set a world record. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think for the most kites flown in the one place. And there was loads of beautiful pictures from that. And kites have become a kind of symbol of solidarity since then. So yeah, the whole thing of the poem is, if I must die, you must live to tell my story. So when I read the poem, I thought, well, I want to give that a go. I want to sing it and do, help it travel further in my own small way. And I also went to see another Palestinian poet a while ago, Rafif Ziaddin. Oh, I may have said that wrong. But she said, they can kill our poets, but they will never kill their words. And I think as artists and musicians, and humans actually, one of our responsibilities is to carry each other's culture and not to let each other's culture be killed. So yeah, this is If I Must Die. I hope I've done it justice.
Make it white with a long tail so that a child somewhere in Gaza will look in heaven in the eye. Waiting for his dad who left all in a blaze and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself. Let
tábás in an dom. Go mair is sé le tusa me scéile in sin. Agus má tábás in an dom. Go dúirí sé dóchas, go ninseoí sé scéil. If I must die, if I must die, thank you, Free Palestine.
Woman with a powerful voice. She's also great crack. She has Irish and Nigerian heritage, which left her with a very diverse musical palette and a strong commitment to social justice. So please be warm, be welcoming for Jess Kavana.
So, as I said, it's an honour to be here. My name is Jess Cav, and this is the wonderful Brian Hogan on guitar of KHLOE, the amazing KHLOE. Yeah. This is the beginning. This is such a pleasure to be here for so many reasons, such an honour to be here. And this is one of the first times this is the first time I've ever performed this song. And it has been very much inspired by the genocide in Gaza, the genocide in Palestine, and the cowardice and the apathy of the Irish media. And the song is called Balance.
Why does it always feel this way? Smug smiles, but you're there behind the eyes. The lies are driving me insane. You're taking this man off the street, put him in the hot seat. He's telling me I don't have the right, don't have the right. And the queen with the PhD shouted over by the swinging D's. I don't wanna fight, but I'm ready to fight. And I want to know why how much we know is never enough. No. And I want to know why we're banned from the show. And what we do is never enough. And they say we do it all. We do it all for balance. Ooh. We do it all. We do it all for balance. Ooh. Didn't realize the rules are never the same. Your wages are tied up with lies. Are you the kind of guy who'll play the game and will rot you away? You're taking this man off the street, put him in the hot seat. He's telling me I'm blind, that I'm not the right kind. And the queen with the PhD needs a rest from the swinging D's. I don't wanna fight, but I'm ready to fight. And I want to know even how much we grow. It's never enough. No. And I want to know why we're banned from the show. What we do is never enough. And they say we do it all. We do it all for balance. Ooh. We do it all. We do it all for balance. Ooh. We're backing on. We're
Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Money's in that mouth, money's in that. Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Put your money where your mouth is, but whose money's in that mouth? Money's in that mouth, money's in that. Hey, we do it all for balance. We do it all for balance. We're banging on your silence. We're banging on your silence.
Many years ago, when I was a mere slip of a thing, I had to persuade Brian's mother to allow me in our college to put on a drag show for my final year project. And fair play to her, she did let me. So, please welcome Pom Boyd and Sean Miller, who are going to be performing a piece that they made together for the punk theatre show Shame. And they're going to be ably assisted by their poor friend from Denmark, who was just over on a visit and has somehow been roped into this. And I'm going to give it I'm going to give a stab at his name, Martin Hubby. Something like that.
One, two.
Just
disintegrate. Sometimes it's easier. To believe that it's too late.
That it's too
Is a wound.
Is a wound.
There is a pain.
Is a pain. And I do anything
not to feel it again.
When people talk about mental illness, I used to find it difficult to relate to. Because for me, mental illness meant something else. It meant my mother, my father, my aunties, going off in an ambulance or a taxi to disappear for a while, to be medicated or even put to sleep for a long time as a cure for their unhappiness. What he had was mental illness. What she had was deep sadness. She was sad because her husband was mentally ill. She was so sad that eventually she became mentally ill too.
It was nothing.
It was
Nothing at all.
nothing at all.
It was something.
It was something long ago.
Long ago.
Unknowable. Then unspeakable. Now
Unspeakable now.
is a wound. There is a pain, and I do anything not to speak.
Not to speak
It again.
it again.
Before our next performer is our penultimate performer of the evening. She is Irish Mexican, and she's making quite a stir on the Irish music scene at the moment, and she draws musical inspiration from both sides of her heritage. And her debut EP, which is called No Time to Fear, is out next month. So please welcome, along with her band, SIVE.
Hi guys, how are we? thanks for all being here tonight. My name is Sivine. This is my beautiful band. And yeah, we're just going to sing 2 songs of mine, and I hope you like them. In a minute, in a moment, in a second.
You should proceed with caution in here. And do you like swimming? 'Cause I'll catch you on a hook and look into my eyes, and you might see something new. Wrap you round my finger. You'll think I'm wrapped in yours. You may try to run, but you learn it cannot be done. Do you know the story of the sirens that call out for you? You hear a voice, a sound so sweet, you never know, you lose control, and
That was called Siren Song, my first song released. And yeah, this one is called Your Heart is Safe with Me. And I think the lyrics will resonate with you guys.
Your heart is safe with me. Isn't it nice to know through all of this uncertainty, like the lack of doubt that leaves will fall and babies will crawl. Your heart is safe with me, like a promise from above, like a Sunday sweet treat. Oh, it's a lucky thing, this love, for there are too many losing what they call home now. Oh, we must nurture what we can in this world, 'cause if we hold on to hope, we may not fall apart just yet. And all those days we've forgotten, for this we must not hold this burden of all of those fallen, but let their light shine through you. Guarantee you'll find a different view. And your heart is safe with me. Through seasons change, some things stay the same, like the way you say my name, and the way we're both as vain, and the way we don't place blame, 'cause we felt that shared shame. Through seasons change, some things stay the same, like the way you say my name, and the way we're both as vain, and the way we don't like to place blame, 'cause we felt that shared shame, and it's not worth the pain. Is safe with me. Thank you.
Thank you guys. You're all beautiful. Thank you for coming out tonight and supporting. Yeah, you're all beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, while we quickly set up for our very last performance, I believe MEP Claire Daly might be in the house and is going to say a few words. Is that correct? Is that true? Ah! Hi, Claire. Here, I'll give you this. I don't know. Here, use mine.
Perfect. Look, these are all very hard acts to follow. I think we've had an amazing night of talent and of solidarity. But before our wonderful finale, I think it is fitting that we recall the devastating circumstances that bring us to this venue. The failure of our political leadership to stop a genocide which has been ongoing now for 7 months in full public view. A genocide which is taking place because they are complicit, not just with their silence, but with their active enablement and support of the apartheid state of Israel. Without that, it could not happen. We see the European Union, that bastion of values, who from day one said that they stood with Israel now and in the days to come, knowing fully what those days would bring. The European Union, that this week alone asked the Israeli foreign minister to be their keynote speaker at a conference against racism. I kid you not. The European Union, who have member states like Germany, who have increased the arms supplies to Israel since the genocide started by 90%, who have banned academics and activists from entering the country, who has member states like the Netherlands, who are currently battering students off the streets, who have rounded up academics, put them on a bus, bussed them 2 hours outside of a city and left them in the middle of the nowhere to walk back. And member states like Ireland, good old Ireland, the best friend of Palestine, but in the words of Francesca Albanese, the UN Special Rapporteur, we are the best at rhetoric, but we have delivered nothing. Because this week alone, the Irish ambassador to Tel Aviv put their name to a letter with all of the other EU ambassadors to say that they stand with Israel, that Hamas has to be condemned, and not a single mention of Israeli genocide. This is Ireland that since the genocide has exported 32 million euros worth of dual-use goods. Margaret Thatcher could impose an arms embargo on Israel for less, and the great Republican Micheál Martin can't do that. Well, we're here to say we've had enough. We want an arms embargo. We want a complete break with all activity with the apartheid state of Israel. But of course we do know, that those in power have failed that struggle. And like in South Africa, the challenge will be met by ordinary people. People like all of us here, people like the wonderful students in Trinity College who we salute. They are absolutely a beacon to students all over the world now who are off their knees, because they are a positive example of what struggle can achieve. And can you imagine if our government had a fraction of their backbone, what an impact this country could make as a formerly occupied country with affinity with the global south, but who can hold power to account. So that's the legacy we take. We salute the Belgian trade union, where workers in the state television last night stopped broadcasting the Eurovision and put up a message about genocide. We want our unions here to do the same. So we, all of us, and all of the groups, the artists against apartheid and genocide, the mothers against genocide, the medics against genocide, the lawyers, the academics against genocide, a people's army has been awakened in this country and all over the world. And we're here tonight to pledge ourselves to redouble our efforts in the struggle for a free Palestine. I want to leave you with the words of one of Gaza's most famous and respected surgeons, Dr. Al-Bursh, who had been a key surgeon in Al-Shifra Hospital. He went from hospital to hospital as they were bombed, caring for the sick and the injured and the dying. And then 4 months ago, he was taken as a Palestinian hostage by the Israeli authorities, where for 4 months he was tortured. And last week it was announced that he had died. And his last posting on social media was, "We will die standing and we will not kneel. All that remains in the valley are its stones, and we are its stones. But those stones have a beating heart. It's a beating heart in your music, in your poetry, in your spoken word that we've seen here tonight, and in our activism as we leave here to free Palestine and free Gaza."
Thank you, Claire. Now, thank you for staying with us all evening. I know it's probably been a bit longer than you anticipated, but what you need to send you home is an injection of energy, and our next performers, our final performers, will certainly be able to do that. Please welcome Ger, Aileen, and Olivia, also known as the Crack Mechanics.
Thousands of people out there. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, sorry, well, you're here. Thanks for letting us come. We are Sing Along Social, and this has been a gorgeous night. We're going to be finishing it off with a bit of energy. There's loads of gorgeous emotions here tonight, and just so much beautiful art shared. But now is kind of your opportunity to shake out some of that emotion. So we've got a song that we'd love to play for you.
You all know it. Definitely,
we'd love you to help us singing along. And you can stand up, you can stay sitting, but if you could just belt out the songs as loud as you can, because we are a singing group for people who can't sing. So if there's any bad singers in the room, we are your people. Okay.
There may be good singers as well, so we would just ask that you just not put the rest of us off. As a courtesy, that would be so nice. I see some really good singers. Well, so much again. It's a time lacking in hope, but there are good people here doing good things, you all very much included, and so we finish with this tonight. Gold star to these two individuals. honour. You and your team are so welcome to come out and feel the warmth from this audience if you would like. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dream Team. Thank you all so much. Love and light.
I think Honor Heffernan would like to say thank you in a few words. Herself and Veronica Dias have been the sort of hard-working dynamos behind putting all of tonight's event together. Please welcome the legendary jazz chanteuse, Honor Heffernan.
Thank you so very much. There are so many people to thank tonight, but there is one person I must thank. I'm not allowed to say her name, but she knows who she is, her indoors. She has been just incredible, and you know, I think I've done a few things, but like, whoa, nothing like this woman. She's amazing, okay? So give her a round of applause. If I say her name, she'll kill me. Yeah. So, to all the crew up there, there's Conleth, Sarah, Tiago, Fiona, who have just done an incredible job. Tiago must be the nicest sound man I have ever met. They're usually like, oh, I can't do that. No, that's not possible. Oh, no, we haven't got, didn't bring that. Nothing was a problem to Tiago, who smiled from the minute he arrived until we left. To the amazing artists who came up here tonight to show their solidarity for the genocide that is happening in Gaza and Palestine as we speak. As we are here right this moment, there are children dying. There are mothers and fathers burying their children. There are children burying their mothers and fathers. This should not be happening. We do not want it to happen. And Palestine is us. We are Palestine. If this continues, anything can happen to the world. Anything. If these people are allowed to have power, we are destroyed. As a community, as a world, as nations, we're finished. We really, really, really have to use our voices. We have to stand up. Simple little, look, the powers that be, I've said this before, the powers that be would love us to think that we can do nothing. They would love us to think we're powerless. We are not powerless. Tiny little gestures. Go into your store. If you see something from Israel, go and talk to the manager and tell them you do not want them to supply Israeli goods. Boycott Israeli goods wherever you can. Speak about Israel. Talk to your local councillors. Talk to your politicians. Say, not in my name. If you are not standing up for Palestine, you are not speaking for me. This is really important. You all know this. I'm preaching to the converted at the moment. Thank you so, so much for being here tonight. Thanks to the crew and everybody here at Axis. To the volunteers who came along and helped us. So amazing. There's a brilliant event on here tomorrow. It's called I Am Irish. It's on all day. It's free. They wanted this space today to set up because it's a big thing. They gave us this space today so that we could be here. That is solidarity. That is your key word. Think to yourself, how can I show solidarity? Okay? It's really simple. It's so simple. We are not powerless. We are not powerless. The people have the power, as Patti Smith said, and it's true. Finally, before I go, I want to thank a very special woman who is here tonight, who just played a blinder. She was so generous, kind, and entertaining. Would you please put it together for Panty Bliss? She is just amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, Panty. And thanks to all the wonderful speakers. Thank you so much for being here. Free Palestine. It will happen. It will happen.